believe it is our fate to be here. It is our destiny. I believe this night holds for each and every one of us the very meaning of our lives. This is a war, and we are soldiers. What if tomorrow the war could be over? Isn't that worth fighting for? Isn't that worth dying for?
Ai nấu cái lương?
Show me.
Next, we're gonna try to demonstrate some of the Vietnamese martial art called Vô Vi Nam. How many of you have heard of Vô Vi Nam? Yeah! Vô Vi Nam is a martial art created by the Vietnamese back in 1938. Vietnam was struggling for independence. There were a lot of movement. Some wanted to gain independence by means of bloodshed, by force. Others were trying to negotiate. A young man named Nguyễn Lộc, he championed the idea of let's prepare for a generation of success, not temporary success. So he started out and advanced a philosophy called cách mạng tâm thần, a revolution of mind and body and spiritual. And so, let's start with the first number. I would like to introduce Nhật Nguyệt Đại Đạo is a weapon, a long weapon that requires physical fitness and agility. Again, please give a round of applause for Master Trương Thông. Right. That was Nhật Nguyệt Đại Đạo. The next number, would like to introduce two instructors of San Jose State very own Anna Lê and Oanh Vàng. They're going to perform a dual form of sword. mistakenly call Vô Vietnam a form of karate. We're not. We are traditional Vietnamese martial art derived from many old techniques that arguably thousands of years old. In fact, Vô Vietnam started in 1938, probably older than what we know as Taekwondo today, which started in 1955. We have many combat techniques, many weaponry, very effective self-defense, and many leg scissoring move, and we hope to show you some of that today. Next, we're gonna two young lady, Mindy and Kimmy, gonna show us a dual practice form called Song Luyện Một. Learn Vô Vietnam for the personal value such as confidence, honor, courage, compassion, and perseverance. We like to see Vô Vietnam as a cultural aspect of Vietnam. It is an embodiment of the Vietnamese philosophy called Viet Vo Đạo. Next, would like to introduce with limited time, we're gonna do a show called Căn bản tự vệ, basic defense techniques. Please welcome Oanh Vàng and Trương Công Thông.
Took him to church, I like bleach, man. You had the stupidest persons do this for children. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks to the roof. I heard you from the desk. 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power, 50% pleasure, 50% pain, 50% pain. Sick, I spitting fire in my every day on the block, he knows how to work like he's got making his way to the top. He's counting on his name. Asking boys if you're giving that help, it doesn't stand for an after. He's living proof, doing the whack in the roof. Get you wasn't quicker than a shot of vodka with juice. Skipping this cool and no rappers wanted the best. To what they do and give 100%. Nobody really knows how or why he works so hard. It seems like he's never got time because he writes every note. writes every line, and I've seen it before. Felt like it was on in his mind. It's like design is written in his head every time before he even touches the key or speaks in a rhyme. And those other fellas he runs with, the kids that he signed, take these without even trying. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of the will, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Fourth liner, M. Shinoda, Styles, Ryu, Top Man, Shisha.
That's Vovinam, ladies and gentlemen. And we invited you to visit our website, vovinam.ws. We have some fly up here. You're welcome to take one. Thank you.
Can you hear us okay? We're going to be cool and not use the microphone. Huh? Take this one. Well, we understand that you all have traveled a long distance to be here, so hopefully those two performances help you relax a little. Yeah? So right now, please allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Trey Fu.
And I'm Chris Tran.
And we're going to be your MCs for the night. Welcome to the beautiful San Jose.
You know you guys are from San Jose or at least NorCal.
Don't kill! How many of you guys traveled 6 hours from Southern California?
6 hours is far, but how many of you guys came from out of state to join us today?
Some of you out there who came from out of the country. Well, thank you for coming, and welcome to UNAVSA-3. I hope you guys are excited, because we're very excited to be here with you. Yeah, and without further ado, let us introduce Dao. She came all the way from Georgia, and she will be leading us in the American and Vietnamese national anthem.
We went clubbing to them.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight of the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming and the home of the brave. Xin mời UNAVSA staff, please come on stage for the Vietnamese national anthem. Xin mời tất cả các bạn ở dưới hãy hát chung quốc ca Việt Nam. Này công dân ơi, đứng lên đáp lời sông núi, đồng lòng cùng đi hy sinh cái gì vẫn sống, vì tương lai quốc dân cùng sống và phát lên, làm sao cho đến sống từ nay luôn vững bền, cho thầy vơi trên đường giao, thủ nước lên cao đạo hiến bao, nói trong lúc biên phải cần danh lịch người công dân luôn vững bền đồng chí cùng trang quyết chiến đấu làm cho thắng lợi bản tiếng người nước Nam cho đến muôn đời. Công dân ơi, có biết thân dưới được công dân ơi, có làm cho tôi vượt qua cơn đau và té vang nổi trong xứng danh nghìn năm dòng sông Lạc Hồng. Và bây giờ Bảo Ngọc xin được trả microphone lại cho the two wonderful MCs tonight. Give a round of applause for them. And for the UNAVSA staff.
Ziang Tony Ngô.
He's the current president of UNAVSA since 2005. Besides being the UNAVSA president, he's also done a lot of work in different committees and American communities throughout the nation. But while doing all that, he is also the current advisor for the Illinois Community Student Union. And while in Stanford, he serves as an officer for the Vietnamese American Student Association.
Despite being so involved, Tony managed to graduate Stanford University with a bachelor in economics and a master's in industrial engineering. You're going to think that's impressive. This upcoming fall, he will be moving to Boston to pursue an MBA at Harvard Business School. Yeah. And ladies, he's hot.
Hey, Tony Ngô!
We love you. We heart you. Shake it like a salt shaker.
Thank you very much for those much too kind words. How's everybody doing tonight? On behalf of the executive board and the conference staff who have really planned out an amazing 4 days for you here, I'd like to personally welcome you and thank you for coming here to share with us in a truly historic event. So with that, I guess I've already had the introduction here. I want this weekend for you guys to really focus on an experience and thought in action. And so I'd actually like to make a couple remarks and open by asking you a question. After 30 years in North America, more than 30, what are the greatest hurdles restraining our community? Over the past 12 months in my role here, I've had the honor and opportunity to visit cities and regions across the U.S. and around the world. Based in Chicago currently, I've gone home to Southern California, returned to NorCal where I stopped through Atlanta, Georgia, chatted with young leaders in Orlando, Florida, soaked in the leadership experiences and perspectives of 20 other leaders during our leadership summit in Denver, Colorado, journeyed to Sydney, Australia to with 500 other amazing Vietnamese youth from all over the planet, met with our youth in the nation's capital, attended an amazing VIA-1 conference in Minnesota, which was not to be outdone by the conference the following week by VASCON. So, through all this, can you guess what I saw? Throughout these trips and discussions with our generation of Vietnamese youth leaders, I came to recognize patterns in the struggles that VSAs and other Vietnamese American youth organizations face. From membership recruitment to succession planning. From articulating visions to planning projects. From building consensus to learning how to interact with Cộng. I witnessed strikingly similar organizational challenges despite our different geographies and climates. So I asked myself the same question that I pose to you tonight. After over 30 years in North America, what are the greatest hurdles restraining our community? From my experience, I would argue that we have yet to acquire and master the building blocks fundamental to leadership. For VSAs to organize kick-ass culture nights and debt festivals, I didn't mean to say that. For the Vietnamese American community to be recognized as a voice in the United States political process. For the Vietnamese American evacuees and victims of last year's Gulf Coast hurricanes to rebuild their lives. For the Vietnamese migrant workers and brides who are modern-day slaves in human trafficking and for them to find a solution. We must challenge ourselves and those around us, not only to care about these issues, but to become the most effective advocates, counselors, managers, and mentors. We must stretch the boundaries of our preconceived notions of leadership. On the one hand, using our heads to make informed, fact-based decisions, while simultaneously relying on our hearts to inspire and mobilize those around us. In common unity, building local power. Within our communities, within our organizations, and within ourselves. On those grounds, the UNAVSA e-board and conference staff are extremely pleased to present to you the third annual UNAVSA conference. Over the past year, the staff of UNAVSA hailing from across North America have been planning an amazing 4 days filled with opportunities. We've assembled workshops and keynote speeches to help untangle a cultural identity that is intricately entwined in our history. You have the opportunity to learn about a multitude of issues affecting our community and what you can do to affect change. Furthermore, you have countless opportunities to refine your leadership skills through theory and hands-on exercises. But perhaps most importantly, you will meet new faces and interact with amazing peers and speakers with a variety of backgrounds. Around you, you will find highly accomplished activists, journalists, film directors, founders of nonprofit organizations, musicians, entrepreneurs, poets, congressmen, consultants, councilwomen, and scores of student leaders who have transformed the organizations around them. However, with the talent and experience assembled here, I challenge each and every one of you to make your own mark at UNAVSA-3. Soak in the nuggets of wisdom from our speakers, but listen to everything with a very critical ear. Challenge your speakers and your peers to answer the tough questions. UNAVSA presents you with a diverse set of speakers, but you must each make your own assessments about all the issues and topics that we present. Take these 4 days to also change someone's opinion and be open to someone changing yours. Recognize and embrace the diversity of experiences and backgrounds, political views, and nationalities. Do not succumb to petty closed-mindedness or passively accept statements as truth. Only through thoughtful, balanced assessments can we make the right decisions to lead our community forward. So what is the history of Vietnamese American, Việt Kiều, or the Vietnamese community? Certainly we here share a rich, complicated, and often overlooked heritage. In our history, we share pain, loss, courage, passion, and an indomitable spirit. Shared among each of us with those less fortunate around us in our communities, and our brothers and sisters still living in Vietnam. But simultaneously, I've often thought that we fail to recognize that our history is alive with us, and that you, me, we, together we are the emerging leaders of our community, and we are writing that history. This past year, Vietnamese American youth did a beautiful thing. From around the country, Vietnamese youth from Atlanta, Minnesota, Illinois, Texas, Southern California, and Northern California, and Ohio. Those are just the official groups that participated and we interacted with. But outside of that, there were plenty more. Worked behind one charitable cause to combat human trafficking of Vietnamese women, children, and migrant workers from Vietnam to all parts of the world. So together, we raised money and awareness within our communities to actually make change. What is so momentous about this is that this truly marks the first time, after all these years of history, that youth from around the continent have banded together around one common charitable cause, one common ideal, and fought for it together. That is a beautiful thing. Be proud of this as a milestone, but don't forget that the future remains ahead of us. In conclusion, I know that you will leave UNAVSA inspired for all the reasons we've talked about. I know you will enjoy the amazing shows, the interactive exercises, the late-night talks, but that is not sufficient. Above all else, use these 4 days and nights to empower yourselves and those around you. By acquiring and mastering the building blocks of leadership, you will see a path to your own personal goals, and collectively, we will leap over even the most challenging hurdles as we work to improve our communities here and in our home. Welcome.
to our keynote speaker.
I'm Đỗ Hoàng Điềm, is a pursuer of human rights and democracy for our homeland in Vietnam. Here he's going to introduce a presentation called Finding Your Personal Legend, and I hope you all enjoy his presentation.
Hi everyone. Well, I guess I'm not going to be as cool as our lovely MC because I have to use the mic. And besides, I'm too old to be cool, so. And guess what? While we were waiting outside, Lynn had come up to me and she said, I'm going to try to introduce you. I'm going to try to make you sound interesting and exciting. Wow. Okay. Thank you. I mean, how's that for my ego, right? But anyway, let's talk about, before we do that, I want to start by saying it is great for me to be here because it's amazing for me to recognize a lot of familiar faces in the crowd. Kimsey, of course, Tony, Victor, Tammy, and Mao. I mean, a lot of people I have met and worked with before, and this is amazing. This is truly amazing. And I tell you what, I really congratulate you guys for having such a visionary and articulate leader in Tony. That is a great job. And I applaud you all for putting together this amazing conference. And I know you guys are going to have a great time here. And when I got invited to share with you my experience, I've been told that let's talk about building local power. That's the theme of this conference. But I'm going to ask for your help here to move my slides. Thank you. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about local power. During his opening speech, Tony talked about leadership. And you know what? Guess what? Leadership or local power starts with each one of you. Local power starts with each individual. Guess what? Each one of you is a leader. Okay? Each one of you can be, will be a leader. The only thing is, do you want to be a leader? Do you choose to be a leader? Is it in your destiny or is it in your personal legend? So let's talk about if local power starts with each one of you getting involved and contributes, okay? But the real question is getting involved in what? Or to put it differently, what is your personal legend? Now, here's a new word, okay? Personal legend. Okay, what is it? Why am I using that word? About 10 years ago, back in 1996, I myself was going through a little bit of a hard time in my life. Okay, I first joined this pro-democracy movement from Vietnam back in October 1981. It's been 25 years. This October will be exactly 25 years since I have chosen to pursue this cause. And back in 96, I got a little tired. Think about it, 81 to 96, 15 years. That's a long time. And you get tired. And during that time, I came across this book called The Alchemist by this amazing Brazilian writer. Okay, some of you may have heard about it, and you know, I'm sure it happens to all of us. You know, once in a while in your life, you come across this book, it kind of changes you. It kind of knocks some sense into your head. And The Alchemist did the same thing for me. After I read that book, it taught me about personal legend. It helped me to carry on with my path. And here I am still staying here. Trying to do what I had set out to do 25 years ago. So let's talk a little bit about personal legend. What is it that we want to tell you or share with you tonight about personal legend? Next slide, please. Personal legend. It is defined in the book as what you have always wanted to accomplish. What is it that you want to do with your life? What is your purpose in life? Think about it. I consider to be alive as a privilege. It is a privilege to be alive. It is a privilege to be put on this earth in this life. And guess what? All of us have limited amount of time here. Nobody lives forever. The question is, what do you want to do with that limited amount of time you have here? What is your purpose in life? What is your destiny? What is your personal legend? What do you want to make it your personal legend? Your purpose in life, your pursuit in life, your destiny. If you can answer that, you are on your way to become a leader. Okay? Next slide, please. Okay, so from The Alchemist, to realize one's destiny is a person's only obligation. Think about it. It is your obligation to figure out what is it that you want to do. Do you want to be a leader, as Tony had challenged you? Do you want to be a leader of our community? Do you want to be a leader of this organization? What do you want to do? Is it in your callings? Is it in your blood? Is it in your destiny to be a leader? You have to figure it out. It is your obligation to figure it out. Don't waste your time here on earth. Don't waste your time here in this life. Figure it out. Okay? So, what can your personal legend be? Choosing one. How do you choose one? What can it be? Well, it can be making a difference in someone else's life. Like my friend, I don't know whether Nicole Nguyen is here in the audience today. She lives down in Southern California. For years, she put on this amazing summer camp for youth at risk. For years, she's done that. Now, that's her personal legend, making a difference in someone's life. Could it be helping and supporting the unfortunate, like Tammy and Viet Act? Tammy and her compassion and her efforts and her tireless hours working for this unfortunate woman in Taiwan and Viet Act, that is Tammy's personal legend. That's what she has chosen to do, helping and supporting the unfortunate. What about protecting others? Kim Chi and I had spent some time in Washington, D.C. a few years ago lobbying for human rights in Vietnam. Maybe it's your calling. Maybe it's your personal legend, Kim Chi, to help other people inside Vietnam. Okay? Serving your community. Tony had challenged you. What is it about our community? What can we do for our community? That could be your personal legend right there. Or fighting for your own rights. Okay? Good. So the point is to get involved, to follow your dream, to figure out what your dream is, and to find a way to pursue it. Because by pursuing it, you are realizing your destiny. You are living your purpose. You are living your life. You are truly living your life at that point. Okay? However, there is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure. Okay? There are two persons who have made a profound difference in my life. I'm going to share with you about one right now. Can you go back to that previous slide? Okay. I have an uncle. He's my mother's younger brother. And at the age of 45, he left behind his family and a comfortable life here in the United States to go back to Vietnam and start a pro-democracy movement with 15 other people. Impossible dream? Sounds like it. Was he afraid to fail? Probably was. But guess what? He did not let that fear stand in the way. He went back. And that movement is still alive today, going strong. He lost his life, took his own life 5 years later when he was cornered by a communist troop. But he did what he set out to do. He conquered that fear of failure, he pursued his dream, and he let his dream be carried on by other people after him. Okay, so that is that is a lesson that I have taken with me and I want to share with you. Don't ever let that fear conquer you. You conquer that fear, do it. Okay? Now, it can be a very tough road, don't get me wrong. It is tough. I'm not standing up here to tell you it's going to be a piece of cake, it's a walk in the wood. It's not. Okay, it's a tough road ahead of you if you choose to be a leader, if you choose to go out there and seek your own personal legend. Because of what? Family pressure. Believe me, when I was in college, when I was going to UC Irvine, my parents wanted me to be a doctor so bad, okay? Pretty bad, okay? You all have been there, done that, okay? Family pressure. Most parents want your kids to go to school, get a degree, get out, get a job. Don't ever get involved. I'm not here to put down parents. I am a parent myself. I have 2 kids. I'm going to guess what I'm telling my son to do the same thing, study. But I also encourage them that besides studying, figure out for yourself what else you want to do besides studying. Okay? Personal pressure. We all have a life. Okay? I have a wife and kids. You guys have what? Boyfriend, girlfriend, companion? Maybe? Yeah. Yeah, all right. Okay. Come on, guys, come on. And you need to, personal pressure. You have limited amount of time. We all have 24 hours in a day, just like everybody else. You got to have time to go to see a movie. Pirates of the Caribbean is out. You got to go see it, right? You got to spend some time with your girlfriend. I understand that. It is a pressure you have to deal with. Peer pressure. When I was going through school, when I was a student at UC Irvine, or later when I was pursuing my master at Houston, it was not cool to be involved. My friends were busy clubbing and partying. And believe me, I did a little bit of that too. But still, it was uncool to, once in a while, they caught me doing this kind of activities. And they were looking at me like, what's wrong with you? Go out, have fun. So peer pressure can be something you have to deal with. And in this community, in our communities, the activist sometimes has a stigmatized image. Tiếng Việt Nam gọi là ăn cơm nhà bác ngà voi. You know what? You just go out and do things that waste your time. Okay? That is an image that we have to deal with. And the fear of being taken advantage. So many times I have heard people telling younger people that be careful, don't get involved, got you be lazy, get you taken advantage. These are the things you have to overcome. These are the things you have to believe in yourself. Think about it. You all are smart people. You are intelligent people. How can people fool you? Use your own judgment. And you'll figure out what to do with your life. You'll figure out what your calling is. Okay? Next one. Now, let's get into a little bit more detail. Okay, so there are two different levels to be a local power, or to be involved, to become a leader yourself. First level is civic involvement, which is community-based issues, such as social welfare, healthcare, crime, immigration, education. Okay, these are the issues that our community is facing every day. Okay, I have a friend who works for the Orange County healthcare agency down in Southern California, and guess what she said? She told me that compared to other ethnic groups, the Vietnamese suffer very high incidence of mental health problems. Very high compared to other ethnic groups. Could it be a trauma of war? Could it be the rapes that they had to go through to endure during their escape? Could it be the years in concentration camps? Who knows? But statistically, we have more incidence of mental health problems, more mental health issues. Does anybody care about that? Do we care about that? Do we even know about that? Has our community done anything about that? These are the kind of things you can choose to get involved. Okay? Next slide, please. A few examples. I'm sorry, the pictures are not that clear. If you look closely, you'll see yourself up there. A lot of you guys in this room are up there, okay? If you can see yourself. Okay, these are the kind of activities, these are the kind of things you can get involved. Okay? Next level, besides civic involvement, there is another level of involvement to build leadership, to build local power, social, political involvement. Believe me, when I was a student in college, politics is such a taboo word, okay? Chính trị is perceived to be something dirty. You should never even touch it with a 10-foot pole. So what? If it is to do the right things, to correct what is wrong, to help others, then what is so wrong about that? Okay? This arena can be more profound and large scale. In the case of Vietnam, it's human trafficking. We all have seen that. Okay? It's child prostitution. 6-year-old Vietnamese girl prostitute in Cambodia. Have you seen that on TV? We have seen that special on TV, on Dateline NBC. A 6-year-old Vietnamese girl, a prostitute in Cambodia. Okay? Labor rights in Vietnam. In Vietnam, there's no independent unions. The only union allowed in Vietnam is the one run by the government. Okay? Human rights. We all have heard about this. There's no freedom of speech in Vietnam. There's no freedom of the press. There's no freedom of association. There's no political parties allowed in Vietnam beside the Vietnamese communist government. Okay? And democratic rule. There's no democratic rule in Vietnam. Okay? These are the kind of issues you could choose for yourself. Pick one. Don't try to do all of them, okay? Just take my advice. Don't try to do all of them, but pick one. Choose one. Okay? Next one. How many of you have seen this ad on eBay? 3 young Vietnamese girls were being auctioned off on eBay a few years ago, 5,000 apiece. I mean, you saw that? Shocking, isn't it? eBay, a respectable company, 3 young Vietnamese girls auctioned 5,000 starting bid. Shocking, isn't it? What has this world come to have these kind of things happen to Vietnamese people? Okay, and look at that picture. A young Vietnamese woman tortured and starved by her Taiwanese husband. Hundreds of thousands of Vietnamese women marry overseas in China and Taiwan. Hundreds of thousands. And I wish Tammy is here right now so she can tell you firsthand how many of them end up being sex slaves. Okay? That's what it is. That young girl over there, 6 years old. That image was taken from Dateline NBC. 6 years old. My God. Preschool, kindergarten. She's a prostitute in Cambodia. It's gut-wrenching. It's heartache every time I see that. Does anybody care? Has anybody do anything about that? Has it been done? Well, nothing will ever get done unless each one of us decide to say, enough, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to pursue. Okay? Next one, please. Of course, you can ask yourself, what can I do? You can do a lot. Trust me, you can do a lot. You have the knowledge, you have the skills, you have the freedom to do what you want. It's in your choice, it's in your hand. You have the vision, you have the forward thinking, you have the passion and the commitment. It's all inside each one of you. I can tell you that right now. It's just a matter of whether you decide to wake up that passion inside of you and do something about it. Do something with that passion. Go ahead. Okay, next one, please. What do you get in return? What do I get in return? Where your heart is, that is where you'll find your treasure. Okay. I've been involved in this personal legend or this cause I have chosen for myself, Democracy for Vietnam. 25 years, a quarter of a century. I was 18. There you go, I just gave away my age. I was 18, a sophomore, when I still remember the day, believe it or not, October 17, 1981, when I joined this movement. I still remember the day. 25 years. Believe me, in those 25 years, I have seen things, I have done things, I have met people, and I have memories that will last me a lifetime. It's worth it, guys, gals, sorry. It's worth it. Believe me. There were times I was down, there was time I was exhausted, there was time I thought about quitting and giving up and just walk away. And then again I came back, and believe me, it's worth every minute of it. Okay, I would never trade this experience. A year ago, May 5th, 2005, I stood at LAX, picked up a young 25 years old Vietnamese woman who just landed at LAX from Vietnam. She is a pro-democracy activist, been hunted by the Vietnamese government for a year. Finally escaped, made it to America. I came to the airport, picked her up. I asked her, how do you feel? You know what she said? She said that I'm very sad. I don't belong here. I want to go back. That's where I can contribute. That's where I can do the most. Not here. That's what she said. Okay. I would never trade those moments. Okay? Believe me, once you choose what you want to do, pursue it. The treasure, the reward you get, it's worth it. Many lifetimes. And it will, those memories will stay with you, will go with you. That's how your life becomes so rich. Okay? You just have to take my words for it on this one. Although we may have met for the first time, but trust me. Okay? Next one. The choice is personal. In the end, it is still your choice. And let me say this to you right now, tonight. If you walk out of here and say, no, I just want to go back to my life and live my life the way I have been living, which is quite all right. There's no right or wrong choice here, people. There's no right choice and there's no wrong choice. It is a personal choice. It is your choice. I have chosen to take my path, and I'm calling you and I'm urging you to choose your path. But it is still your choice. Okay? And there's no right or wrong. But if you shall choose to get involved, think about it. This is a choice that could change someone else's life. Okay? The choice you make could be the choice that changed someone else's life. It could be the choice to serve and protect other people. It could be a choice to make a difference in someone else's life. It could be to make a difference in millions of people's lives. It could be the choice to live your life not just for yourself, but for others. Okay? And here's the part that I want to show you is about the second person that had such a profound impact in my life. And some of you may have heard about this before. Beside my uncle, the other person that really made a difference in my life was my dad. And he passed away 10 years ago. Exactly this year, he passed away in June 1996. And he was a political activist. He was a writer and a political activist when we were back in Vietnam. And a few days before he died, I went to the hospital and spent some time with him. And he told me that, I said, look, we both know that you're going to die soon. We both know that your days are numbered. Anything at all you want to tell me, anything at all you want to advise me. And he said two things. Number one, do whatever you can. Do whatever it takes. Do what's right. Don't ever let yourself down. Don't ever catch yourself lying on your deathbed thinking that I could have done it, I should have done it, but I didn't do it. Don't ever have that kind of regrets when you about to leave this life. Do everything you can, possibly can. Do the best you can. Should be happy with it. And the second thing he told me is what I wrote up there. Live your life for yourself, live your life for your family, but also live your life for other people as well. Live your life for millions of other people as well. That's why you're here. That's why you are put on this earth. Okay. Next one. So finally, I want to end this presentation by simply asking you, please make that choice. Okay, please make that choice. Get involved. Follow your heart. Go out there, choose your destiny, and live your life to the fullest. Okay. The choice is yours. It's personal, no right or wrong. Just choose it. You have that power. You are the power. You are the leaders of the future. Thank you.
It's like starting a conference with inspiring words.
And on behalf of UNAVSA, we'd like to present the class to George. I don't think he's something as cool as you are at that age.
And I know earlier we introduced to you our executive directors for the conference, but behind those guys, there's a ton of conference staff that makes this possible every day. So just like everybody that's staff members of this conference doing it, whatever your part is, please stand up right now.
And before we let you guys go, and whatever you want to do here, you can say. Conference staff, if you have any important information you'd like to announce, please come up right now.
I got some great news. We have such a packed schedule that tomorrow we got a wake-up call at 7 a.m. Yes. So whatever you guys want to do tonight, have fun. We will be at your doors. Just a little scary, but it will happen.
Wait, tell them they're gonna be here at 8. Breakfast at 8.
Oh, and breakfast is at 8. That was the good news. I'm sorry, that was the good news. Breakfast is at 8.
Come on. I love you.
Ooh, good. Breakfast at 8, right here. Well, not here. At the Student Union, come by. We got plenty of fresh food from yesterday.
A few notes for the programming and content. In order to make tomorrow and Saturday go as well as it can possibly be, I need all of you who have been assigned to be moderators for the workshops to show up for our staff meeting tonight. And Tony, can you remind me where the location is?
10 p.m. in the executive room.
10 p.m. in the executive room of the hotel. That's the Crown Plaza. So that's in the lobby where you guys register. So if you are the moderators, please go there at 10 p.m. Thank you. They're in the Student Union, which is the building of this way. So yes, Student Union, and it's on. All the workshop rooms are on one floor, and there are 5 rooms. So check your schedule. You can refer to the program booklet, which you guys have right now.
Hi, I'm Bao. I am your logistics director, and for those of you who flew in, we need to confirm your departure schedule. We have a lot of changes in the past few weeks on flight schedules, so we'll be sitting outside right here for the next half hour or so, and just make sure you check your schedule for departure so that we can drop you off at the right time. And that's about it.
One more thing on behalf of registration, who's working hard to compile our current status. For those of you who registered but did not receive your tags yet or anything, we will have those available tomorrow morning at the conference. So just go by the registration table tomorrow morning before the start of all the workshops and pick it up. Oh, and yeah, we have another exciting activity here, so don't just take off yet. With that.
I know the workshops is a really important part of the conference, but I know you guys are all here, so you guys can meet people too, right? Yeah.
Right.
So right now I'd like to introduce you guys to the King of Icebreakers, Mike Vu.
Oh my God, who hasn't moved in?
I said a question real quick. If you're the King Icebreakers, is Anthony the Queen?
What's the movie now?
We're going to try to go without Mike, guys. Hi guys, how are you guys doing tonight? First, let me introduce ourselves again. My name is Mike Hood.
And I'm Anthony Doe.
We're both in Southern California. We drove 6 hours here. So we're excited. We've been asked here to do icebreakers and stuff. And so it's going to be a little tough with the room that we have and what we're going to do outside. But I guess we'll start off by asking, who's here has been to the conference for the first time? Any conference? So this is your first conference ever. We're really excited, and we hope you are too, because the registration, and after looking over the registration, a lot of you guys mentioned that you guys are here to network and meet a lot of friends and meet a lot of folks from around the world and stuff. And I think this is my personal opinion that these conferences, the foundation of it is to meet a lot of people. And through the theme of this conference and Tony's speech is that in common unity, where we search for these friends in common unity, we can empower ourselves to do a lot more. And so hopefully, you guys will get a chance to meet a lot of people tonight and this whole weekend. You know what? To start off, let's ask who here knows everybody in this room?
Registration.
If you guys don't, which is good, it's perfect. We're going to try to kickstart you into meeting some. We can't say all, meeting some, and it's essentially up to you to do the rest, kind of use the rest. Hopefully that activity we have is kind of good. Thank you. You got something?
Yeah, we got something planned special for you, especially it's going to be outside, so bear with us for 1 second. What we're going to need you to do is once you guys go outside, we're going to need you to find someone, partner up with a person, preferably of the opposite sex, and someone who you do not know, okay? So once you guys go outside, and also another thing is if you can, possibly, if you can imagine a wheel or a donut, there's an outer circle and then there's an inner circle, okay? So what we need to do, we need you guys to do is, with your pair, we need one person on the outside, one person on the inside, and together you guys are going to make a circle. You guys kind of see that?
I see it.
And so the outside circle would be facing in, the inside circle facing out. Some of you guys have done this before. We call this the wheel. Essentially, it's like speed dating.
Love this game.
Well, an efficient way to kind of meet folks in a quick period of time. But keep in mind that you will be talking to guys and girls, and so it's not just a male and female kind of thing. So hopefully, at the same time, before we let you guys go out there, form the circle and find a partner, we ask you to bear with us because there's only 2 of us, and once we get out there, there's no PA. There's only 2 of us. There's like 150 of you guys, and so hopefully you guys can participate. Open yourself up. I know it's not really comfortable to meet new people and say hi and whatever it is, but open yourself up. Give yourself the opportunity to fulfill the whole benefit from this conference by meeting everybody, because I think every one of you guys has something really special. And so it's good to meet all of you. So, you guys can go outside. We'll meet you out in the quad over there.